Hey Magic players, do you like playing red? Mountain. Go. Do you like punishing your opponents for simply trying to play the game? How about making it to Mythic tier? And let's take a look at this deck I made for Standard, the Mono Red Punisher. First, the deck list. We'll start with Boltwave, because damage. Burst Lightning is a great way to deal with those small turn 1 creatures your opponents drop or hit big at instant speed later in the game. Shock is a classic, doing 2 damage to any target at instant speed, which handles a lot of creatures or your opponent's face. Obliterating Bolt deals 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker and exiles anything that would die that turn. A very important factor with Unstoppable Slasher, so common in the current Standard meta. Scorching Shot hits a creature for 5 damage, which deals with almost anything. And for only 2 mana, it can easily handle paying ward cost most of the time. Then we have our creatures, starting with Razorkin Needlehead. Dropping on turn 2, this punishes your opponents for simply drawing cards. It also has first strike during your turn. Everything about this has value. Next is Scalding Viper. When a large portion of competitive decks don't want to have most of their cards over 3 mana cost, this does a lot of work. Just let your opponents cast spells and watch them take damage. Hearthborn Battler punishes opponents anytime any player casts their second spell in the same turn. Since it's hard to win a lot of games without casting more than 1 spell per turn, this often does more than its share of damage as long as it stays on the board. Screaming Nemesis, one of the most devastating pieces of the deck. A lot of decks out there want to gain life, and this stops that. A 3/3 for 3 with haste is already good, but if you can shoot one of your own spells at it, then aim the resulting damage at your opponent to stop them from gaining life for the rest of the game, it puts a big hurt on a lot of strategies. I've also won plenty of games by swinging for 3, then using Scorching Shot to hit my opponent for another 5. And finally, we have Scrawling Crawler, which is more punishment for your opponents when they draw cards, and refills your hand a little more each turn. It's fine that your opponent draws extra too, since red decks are behind in card advantage anyhow. This just fuels your own fire and helps you more than it helps them. To finish off the land base, there are 19 mountains and 4 evolving wilds. Fabled Passage would be better, but I'm working with what I have available to me. And I'll put my deck list in the description. Just for fun, I took stats on 100 games in a row. Some things that I learned over these 100 games. Number 1, patience. I'd often quit games I didn't think I'd have a chance of winning, but I played to the end during these 100 games. I found that if I stayed in the game when I normally would have conceded, I won more often than I expected to. Number 2, black decks are everywhere, and they're annoying. Especially these cards. Especially this Deep Cavern Bat. It's not that the stupid bat is that powerful, it's just everywhere and I'm tired of seeing it. Number 3, don't need to be exceptionally good to get to Mythic. A win rate of 60% or higher is considered good, but as long as you win more than you lose, you can eventually grind up to Mythic. With my win rate at 57%, I did that. Eventually. And number 4, there's a lack of originality. I saw a ton of the same decks over and over. Be creative, otherwise it gets boring. Now that we've covered the deck, let's see 2 games, and no, of course, I'm not going to show games I lose. This first game is the final game that got me to Mythic tier. Spoilers, my opponent got mana screwed, and I feel bad about winning like this, but I'll take the victory. So opponent goes first, and we are going to keep this. And they mulligan down 1 mountain, and we gotta Boltwave and do the Evolving Wilds first. Let's pull that land out. And they drop another mountain. Pull a 3rd Screaming Nemesis. Do the other Evolving Wilds so that we can leave 1 up for the Burst Lightning in case we need it. And pass the turn, because next turn we'll have our 3 for the Screaming Nemesis. Or Razorkin. Draw a Shock, Mountain, and we'll do the Screaming Nemesis since they didn't do another land. And it's fine if it dies because I'm just going to redirect the damage anyway. They're going to take 3 one way or the other. And yep, Lightning Strike, of course. And we'll do that 3 damage to your face. And you're probably not gaining life, but I don't want to make assumptions. Feldon. Nobody plays Feldon anymore. I'll take the 2, no problem. 2 is not that bad. Another Screaming Nemesis, and we will swing in. Just move that around a little bit. Just keep the hand organized. And another Lightning Strike, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that back into your face. And I'll take 2 again, because I don't want you using its ability. Ooh, another mountain. Screaming Nemesis. Go for the third one. Yeah, it's nice, thanks. And Boltwave, 3 more damage. Put you at 5, I'm at 16. I feel pretty good about this. And, oh, no other land drop yet. Swinging Feldon, no problem. And, oh, 3rd Lightning Strike on my 3rd Screaming Nemesis. Okay. And go to 2. And no problem. Good game. 2 more damage. And that'll do it. Victory and the last game to send me into Mythic. Oh, there it is. Second, let's see a game in the Mythic tier. We'll keep this. And start out with Evolving Wilds. Let's get that land pulled out of the deck. Green. Bushwhack. Search for a land. And let's do the Scalding Viper. Let's get that out quickly so they start taking damage for casting low-cost spells. And just land drop, that's good. And Scrawling Crawler. Start punishing them for drawing? Why not? Checking it out, they don't know what it does. Oh, you know what it does now. 3rd color. We're going to destroy that. I hope. Oh, there's an Obliterating Bolt. That's awesome. More damage. Boltwave. Let's kill that and exile it. And then swing in. Already at 7. We've only had 3 turns. So they... Oh, they're going to get rid of it. That's fine. Got another land. Oh, we're going... Are you going 4 color? It doesn't matter because 2 damage, 3 damage, and 2 more damage for the game. Awesome. Again, I'll leave the deck list in the description for you to check out. Good luck out there, and maybe we'll get to play each other sometime. Thanks. Hey, if you're enjoying the content, remember to like and subscribe. Or don't. I'm not your boss or your life coach. I'm not going to tell you what to do.